Well, hello, and thanks for tuning in to our Rosenthal Automotive YouTube channel. I'm sure you're here to hear all about the brand new 2020 Hyundai Palisade. Well, I bet some of you are here for the very first time and are not a subscriber. So we thought we'd just wait for you to subscribe. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button. It's right there. You know where it is. You'll find it. And once you do, then we'll get started with the review. Take your time. We'll be here. The old saying, go big or go home, really rings true with Hyundai with their introduction of the brand new 2020 Hyundai Palisade. It's their three-row full-size SUV. They have the compact SUV covered with the Kona. You step up to the Tucson. You also have the available Santa Fe. And now we are finally looking at the Mac Daddy of Hyundais. And this is an amazing machine. It comes in three trim levels. You have the SE, and that starts out about $31,550, and this is front wheel drive, of course. The SEL is $33,500 plus here in the States, and the top of the line limited, and that's what we're looking at right now, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Starts out at only $44,700. If you want the 8-passenger seating, that's available on the SE and the SEL. So that'll come with the center row bench seat. But if you want the captain's chairs, that's an option on the SEL and standard on the Limited. And if you want the all-wheel drive versions of any of these, simply add $1,700 to it. And by the way, since I am back here, there is a lot of useful cargo space. You have 18 cubic feet of cargo space right here. If you fold this back row down, you have 45.8 cubic feet of cargo space. And if you drop all three rows, 86.4. As well as a little hidden cargo area down here in case you have some wet items or, well, I call it my bottle holder simply because there are 16 cup or bottle holders throughout this entire vehicle, but not one back here. So this is my version of it. Whatever you haul back here, that's up to you. And as far as dropping the seats, it couldn't be easier, especially in the limited edition, with the push of a button. I can drop the second rows with this push, ba-boom, ba-boom, just like that. And if I want to drop the third row, tilt it back, because these are tilting and sliding seats, as well as dropping it down, away we go. I really like the Limited. If you haven't heard me say it before, I like going for the vehicle with all of the essential bells and whistles, plus all the latest technology. And wait till you check this machine out. It's incredible. Now, as far as engines are concerned, well, you have a choice of one. You have the Atkinson Cycle 3.8-liter gasoline direct injected, naturally aspirated V6 engine that'll generate 291 horsepower, 262 pound-feet of torque. And the Atkinson cycle is designed to actually enhance the fuel efficiency, not really the performance or power of the vehicle. And speaking of fuel efficiency, you're looking at 19 miles per gallon around town, 26 on the highway for a combined of 22 with the front wheel drive configuration, and then 19-24 combined 21 with the H-Track all-wheel drive. And the engine is mated with an 8-speed automatic transmission with Shiftronic as well as paddle shifters. And the Palisade is very handsomely styled. It has bold lines going from front to back. You, of course, have your different trim levels, and with the limited edition, we have a little more accents with the chrome around the front. We also have your bold Hyundai logo staring you right in the face. And these LED daytime running lamps actually extend from the upper quadrant all the way to the lower quadrant, which is a little unique in this day and age. What's nice in the rear, you have your very bold rear tail lights. You have your backup lights, of course, your parking sensors as well. You have a little chrome-looking accent down here in the rear diffuser, and that basically highlights over here the dual exhaust tips coming off, which is nice. And you have your, let's call it what it is, a Palisade call out right there. You have your hands-free release, you have your, keyless entry release, you've got your fob trunk release, you've got your interior, you've got all sorts of releases. Oh, and by the way, this is a two-speed rear tailgate so that you can choose between fast, like now, or slow. And it does have a safety device, so you don't have to worry about pinching anybody, and you can set the different heights and all of that good stuff. So if you do want to tow something properly equipped, you can handle up to 5,000 pounds worth of towing capacity. And I think that'll work well for this vehicle. This Limited is sitting on 20-inch rims. Very handsome again to go with the exterior styling, but they do come in 18 and 19 inch as well in the lower trim levels. As you come around, you'll know, of course, that you have your ABS braking, electronic brake force distribution. This has the latest nice technology, such as the front parking sensors on the Limited, rear parking sensors, even a 360 camera. You can see some of the little 360 action here when you put the car in reverse. Really a nice touch. Integrated LEDs on the turn signals, plus your blind spot monitoring will be illuminated in your side mirrors. You have a very high headline, plenty of privacy, integrated roof rails as well, and you have your keyless entry, bright chrome accent all the way to the rear, and I like this in the C-pillar where the chrome actually cascades down from end to end. It just, so many nice subtle touches on the exterior as well as on the interior. So why don't we check it out? One of the great things about having the Limited is you do have all the latest and greatest tech. And that gives you a 12.3-inch digital display here for your speedometer, tachometer, multimedia interface. Plus you also have a 10.25-inch screen right here. Turn the stereo off, and we do have a kick-in stereo. All of these fingertip controls you can mimic right down here. You have your hard button copies as well. And when we go through here, we also have quiet mode. So if I'm playing the stereo, cranking it out, and little Bobo and Bobette are asleep in the back, then I can just hit quiet mode, and that'll turn those speakers off for the little angels. Oh, and there's my temperature control. So we go back here, and with your regular controls, you have your radio, your map navigation. You also have your setup controls, and for the vehicle as well, which is great. I like this one right here. Illumination displays, you can reset, change the way that looks. You can do vehicle setup, and here on your interior you can adjust your headlight display. You have your ambient lighting as well. With the Limited edition, you can choose your colors. I think you have up to 64 different colors. You can pick from jade or freesia yellow or sunrise red, and then you can even go to a custom color. As you go here, set custom color, you can pick it off of your own color wheel. So you can just mix and match and just create the interior ambiance that your heart desires, and adjust the brightness of it as well. So there's lots of ways to customize and personalize your machine. You have your multimedia readouts that you can scroll through here, check in on your fuel efficiency, select contents, your drive comfort. You do have your drive select, and I can change it to sport. And when I do, the gauges glow red. Comfort is a little lighter color, and eco is, guess what color? Green. Really, everyone goes green on eco. And of course, you do have your controls for your air conditioning unit and heating unit. You also have defroster system as well. You have your 8-speed automatic transmission, which is push button, drive wire connectivity, which is smooth as silk. And you have your heated and ventilated seats in the Limited edition, plus your heated steering wheel. You can also have your auto start stop feature, your lane change assist, and lane keep assist and blind spot detection, and it's all at your fingertips. And the most interesting thing I found is the electronic parking brake is way off to the left underneath the steering wheel, so it's kind of hidden around the corner here, but once you get used to it, it's out of the way. Not too bad. Okay, so here we go, driving in the brand new 2020 Hyundai Palisade. And I know some people call this a mid-size SUV. I look at it more like a full-size SUV. And one of the reasons I do is because you do sit so high in this. If you're used to driving in a sedan or a compact SUV, then you just can truly appreciate the visibility, the greenhouse effect of the glass all around, which I really appreciate. Another nice thing is you have very large side mirrors, and so they don't skimp on that. Excellent visibility there. Visibility straight out back. Because it is a 3-seater, you got headrests, you got people back there with heads on their shoulders. It blocks your visibility, so that's why I'm loving the mirrors. And the visibility for the passengers, I really don't care. I don't care. I'm just driving. That's all I care about. We're not getting a chance to really feel the acceleration, but you definitely can feel the comfortable suspension setting in this, because I do have it in the drive mode selective comfort, because I like to absorb as many of the bumps as possible. Even though one of the things I can certainly appreciate it is they have a smart mode, which translated means they're going to measure your typical driving characteristics and the road characteristics and give you the best ride whoever Hyundai's engineers think you should have. So I certainly appreciate that. They call it smart mode. Translated, that makes me think I'm too dumb to figure out my own comfort modes. I'm just saying. But I'm in smart right now. I even feel like my intelligence is rising as we speak. It must be the Hyundai. One of the things you really can appreciate is the premium feel with the suspension system and the sound deadening, and obviously the leather wrapped steering wheel. With the Limited, we have the Napa leather seating surfaces. They are perforated, of course, for heat as well as ventilation. And on a hot summer day like it is today, you really can enjoy that feature. Plus, with the Limited, the second row seats are also heated and ventilated as well, so that's got to be a great plus. And another reason you should consider, if you can afford it, getting a Limited. The center console looks like it was taken from the Hyundai Nexo. We did a video on that at the car show. You might want to check it out. Anyway, it's this swooping, very button-oriented console that has a very nice textured surface to it, a little modern feel. You have your control for your drive select. You can control it here as well as on the steering wheel. Your air conditioning is laid out very simply and intuitively. I like the 8-speed push-button transmission. I think that it operates very nicely. There's so little in the way. The electronic parking brake, as I mentioned, is over here. I mean, it's a very clean, uncluttered center console and lots of storage areas. People are bragging about the, cool push-button cup holders here. And they're nice. They pop out. They hold your cups. You have lots of room down here. You even have space to put your cell phone, because you have a wireless device charger if it's appropriate, Apple or Android phone or what have you. So that's cool. Keep you charged and ready to roll. You also have a center console with this arm underneath this armrest, very deep. You also have your obligatory USB connectivity. You have 7 USB ports in the Limited. You have them in the front, in the middle, they're on the sides of the seats, as well as all the way in the back. And there's even air conditioning ventilation that is all the way to the third row seats as well. So you can, keep them cool, just like you. Check this out. I'm gonna put it in reverse. Push of a button, bam. 10.25-inch screen, and over here I've got my backup 360 cameras going for me. I've got my lane assist. I can change the view. I can choose down. I can choose to the side, contrast, brightness, the settings. You've got all of that at your fingertips, which is really nice. Turn signal is pleasant. One of the things that I think most people appreciate is the futuristic look of the instrumentation. It's got the giant screens, kind of like a la, Mercedes or whatever, vehicle costing a whole lot more than this vehicle. But you have the instrumentation cluster, which is easy to see, controllable, color configured, and it's molded into the dash across the front. So it just gives it a very nice cohesive appearance. And you have a choice of different inlays depending on your trim level. This has kind of an ebony graphite sparkled inlay. I don't know what the exact Hyundai terminology is, but it's very, very, very nice. One of the features that's nice on this vehicle, when I say nice, I mean I like it, is the auto start stop feature, which is designed to disable the engine within a millisecond and then start it up again within a millisecond to help conserve fuel. But sometimes it's so obnoxious when it turns on and off that it annoys me. But this one in the Palisade is so smooth you don't even really register that it's working. Here, we're coming up to a stop sign. I am going to demonstrate it as we speak. Coming up to the stop sign. It's gone. It's gone. It's there. That quick, that smooth, that easy. It's not bad. Not bad at all. All right. I have to pass this vehicle by. There's a Mustang with its hazard lights on. Probably wanted to slow down because he saw it was me. You know how that goes. But thank God I have tinted glass all the way around. Tint is great because it reduces glare, gives you better visibility, reduces the heat on the inside so your AC doesn't have to work as hard, and reduces the ultraviolet rays so it's not going to be fading this gorgeous leather surface interior. One of the nice things about the Limited is you do have the power seat. You do have the power for the driver, which is an 8-way adjustable seat, plus 4 adjustments for the lower lumbar for 12 total, and the passenger gets an 8-way adjustable power seat. I'm in smart mode. I'm going to go to comfort mode now. I do like the way the instrumentation changes a bit. Just glides down the road. So nice. Oh, and I like the head-up display as well. You can control the color, the position, the information, things like that. And that just helps you keep your eyes on the road. And the one feature I haven't mentioned just yet is the turn signal blind spot detection. Because when you change put my turn signal on here, I've got a camera on the right that's showing me what's going on to the right of me. Turn it to the left, it's on the left. I've never seen a vehicle like that. I know that the Honda had the camera dead center for the viewer for the blind spot, but now this is the first time I've ever seen it tucked into the instrumentation like that. I think it's something you have to get used to. I think all technology takes a little getting used to. People have to get used to a head-up display. They have to get used to fingertip control, but I think you'll get used to it quite easily. Okay, somebody just asked me what comes standard on the vehicle. All right, you want to hear what's standard? What's standard is adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, collision warning, autonomous braking, pedestrian detection, rear parking sensors, trailer sway control, and auto high beams. You can also get the available blind spot detection. That's optional. Rear cross traffic lane centering, front parking sensors, and of course that 360 camera is an option. You have the availability of getting the convenience package, premium package, drive guidance system, and you can even get the package for your dual moonroofs, which are absolutely great. You've got your kind of moderately normal sized moonroof that does open and close and vent, and then you have your glass panel in the back for the passengers. So that's a nice combination of the best of both worlds. I love my tunes, as most of you are well aware, and this comes with the Harman Kardon premium surround 3D system with music restoration capability to bring out the finest sound from your tunes in a 12-speaker, 630-watt system, plus subwoofer. And it's just, well, here. Ah, man, it's nice. You'll love it. Well, there was one thing that I forgot to mention, and that is the cavernous storage area down here underneath this floating console. And that has another 12-volt power source, just like there's a 12-volt in the center console, there's a 12-volt in the back as well. There's even a plug area back here. I mean, this thing, you've got plenty of cargo space for knickknacks and everything else in between. Plus, tons of cup holders and lots of ways to, you know, have fun. Well, the front seats in the Palisade are extremely luxurious and comfortable, but let's find out. How does it feel back there? What? Well, I can certainly hear back here very well. Oh man. Anyway, this back seat, the second row, captain's chairs, extremely comfortable, especially in this Napa leather. I really like it. And they're perforated, so you've got, even back here, my heated and ventilated seat controls. I can adjust the tri-zone air conditioning here. I've got a 12-volt power source. I've got a 115-volt plug-in. Bam. I have my little compartment right here for my cell phone because they want to keep it charged up with the USB connectors right there. So that's very cool. I have my shade, cool in the shade, very nice, very private. And you've got your passenger assist grips, especially when you are maneuvering back here. And you do have sliding forward, lots of roominess depending on how tall the person is, as well as it can recline, and you're extremely comfortable. Now that does put a crimp on the guy back here a little bit, so you want to be nice, you want to play nice, so you set your seat right, and then you can jump back here. Da-da-da! But never do this while the vehicle's moving, ladies and gentlemen. That wouldn't be safe. So anyway, now we're in the third row, and the third row is very nice. It'll fit 2 adults relatively easily. A third smaller person maybe back here. You have your tilt, you have your power tilt in the Limited. You can just tilt it back and recline a little bit more. Extra cup holders. You have a passenger assist grip back here. You've got your ventilation for your air conditioning, USB ports as well, which is great. You can adjust your headrest, bam, 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 boom. You have access to your 18 cubic feet of cargo space back here, so that's very nice. And hey, what? Cut it out back there. Whoa, I see you. I didn't do it. I got my eyes on you. I wasn't doing anything. I was just talking. Leave me alone. Turn that thing off. It's crazy. It's craziness. Anyway, yeah, this is a great place. This is a great third row. It really can accommodate adults. And if you wanted to get out or move up, you can just push a button. The seats slide. You can slide in, slide out. It's just very ergonomically designed. There are a lot of full-size SUVs, and more of them are having that 3-row capability, 8-passenger, 7-passenger capacity. And Hyundai thinks that you deserve the best of both worlds. The best of a vehicle that's economical, nicely priced, and yet luxuriously appointed with the latest technology and safety. They really think that you deserve it all, and I think the Palisade just might bring it to you. So check it out, take it for a spin, see how it feels. You won't be disappointed.